There's a chemtrail. Look at that, all them tracks up there, those intersecting tracks. It's like, there's kind of like this principle of picking a team, and though it's kind of like that's kind of a real thing, but it's like you got to step out of the Cowboys and Indians mindset. You got to step out of the cops and robbers mindset. You got to step out of the Bloods and Crips mindset. You got to step out of the it's us versus them mindset, and necessarily it's the me versus them mindset. And you got to just be like, look, you got to pray for the police. You got to pray for the criminal. You pray for the Blood and the Crip. And it's kind of like literally, I guess real doctors are like that sometimes, whether it's a Blood or a Crip coming in there for a gunshot wound, or a cop or a criminal, they normally patch them up, and that's the way it really should be. And this is part of stepping into the realm of what is called intercessory. And they probably don't like to hear that, because everyone wants you to, if you're working, they want you working for their team. If not, stay out of it. But when you actually start to intercede, it's kind of like you're not in it. You're outside it, looking in it, discerning it, and trying to get the spirit world moving on it. Because part of what it is, one of the reasons why your faith is important, because by your faith, you use your willpower to exercise your desire to see God operate in this way. That's what activates his gifts that he wants us to learn how to use. Basically, at least that's in the it's like, what is it? Faith without works isn't really faith. So like, look, if you're out doing kind acts and just really forgiving, trying to live and not, just be a dead soul inside of a flesh suit, that helps even like intensify the amount of faith that you can contain. You know what I'm saying? Because there's more faith out there that can be contained in your vessel alone. That's why when it comes to when you got a bunch of people doing the same process here of the intercessory thing, that's how you increase it even further, is because there's multiple people petitioning the same thing. It's kind of like, when you want to petition a law or something you don't want to have passed, you get enough signatures, they'll put it on the back burner for a while, or they'll go and redefine it, restate it, and try to pass it in a different incremental fashion. But it's the same kind of thing there, it's just like, and that is really what there's parts of the Bible that are more kind of like, that are a little bit more warrior, like mindseted. But the real spiritual battle is that God would have it that there would none perish, but everyone would come to repentance and be restored and saved. But just like if you can operate in faith, you can also choose to not operate in it. And that's the reason why the world's so effed up, is because a lot of people do pick a side. And it's like Democrat or Republican. It's the two wings of the same bird ski. So that's just the Hegelian dialectic. And we gotta, in order to step out of the spiritual Hegelian dialectic, you know what I'm saying? You kind of you can't get the gang mentality or the denomination mentality. You just gotta, no respecter of persons. That's hard to do in this world, because in so many ways they make you join groups, the popular groups, or the nerd group, or the whatever, you know what I'm saying? Birds of a feather flock together, so they say, or we're